to finish second place, to make finals in our first split together was great. It was a good feeling. But honestly, our sights are a bit higher. Like we want to win. We want to win finals, and we know we can. So we're just looking forward to summer starting.
Joining me now is the head coach for FlyQuest, Curry. Curry, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
So, obviously, the spring split went fairly well, maybe just a little bit shy of where you would have hoped it would end up. Now that you've had some downtime, some time in between splits, what were your takeaways from that spring finals loss to Cloud9 and, really as the spring as a whole?
I think just regarding the finals against Cloud9, I think one of the takeaways for us was I think the series, from our perspective, was a lot closer than it looked. I think specifically like the first and the last game, there were just like one or two team fights in the games where it really could have gone either way. And in those games, it didn't go either way for us. So we ended up losing both of them. But from our perspective, like we really easily could have won those fights, or not maybe really easily, but we could have won those fights. And the games would have looked a lot different, and the series would have looked a lot different. And we also recognized that we had only been playing with Solo for maybe like 2, 3, or 4 weeks,
right?
And we hadn't had a lot of time to really fully integrate into the team. He basically joined the team, and then like the quarantine situation happened, which kind of made things awkward. And then we were straight into playoffs, and we were just kind of like going, like focusing week to week, like we have to win, we have to win, we have to win. And we ended up doing obviously really well, but I think there's just so much more for our team to grow. Having a lot of time, like this summer and going into this playoffs is like we're really hopeful that we're going to be a way better team. But overall, we're really happy. We're pretty happy with our season. To finish second place, to make finals in our first split together was great. It was a good feeling. But honestly, our sights are a bit higher. Like we want to win. We want to win finals, and we know we can. So we're just looking forward to summer starting.
Where would you say the guys' mindsets are as we enter the summer split versus maybe the spring split?
Honestly, I think the mindset is pretty similar. I think the players we're working with, they're veteran players. Like they know that the only thing that matters is winning, regardless if it's like spring doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Like we took it very seriously, because I mean you just should, right? Like if you want to be a good team, like you have to start from right from the beginning being a good team. You can't just like take it easy and then turn it on later. So the mindset is very similar. We're still here to win. We're still here to do our best week in and week out, and our goal hasn't changed. We still want to win finals and make it to Worlds.
So obviously the summer has a great deal on the line with a spot at Worlds up for grabs. What would it mean to you and to this team to represent North America at Worlds?
Obviously it would mean a lot. I think for me, the last time I was at Worlds was 2017 when I was working with TSM. And obviously being on that team, it was a great experience. Like being able to go to Worlds, being able to be part of like such a great run in LCS. But obviously at the end there was just so much disappointment and so much like missed opportunity, it felt like, especially for myself, where I was like fairly new at the time and I didn't have a lot of experience. And I've always felt that if I had been better, been more experienced, that like I could have contributed more to the team. And so for me to make Worlds now 3 years later, where I'm not the assistant coach anymore, I'm the head coach, and this is like my team, the team that I helped put together, it would obviously just mean a lot more, that to prove to myself that I could be a big part of a team that like goes to Worlds. So it would mean a lot for me.
So COVID-19 has affected how life works for just about everyone. How have the guys responded to playing remotely? Do they prefer it, or are they looking forward to getting back in front of a live audience? How do you feel about it?
I think most of the guys miss playing on the stage. I think there's just a lot of excitement and fun that goes with it. There are definitely benefits that come to playing with home, mostly just like the comfort of being in your own room, being in your own setup. Like if you go on stage, you have a new setup every time. You're on like different parts of the stage. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's warm. Obviously if you're at home, it's a much more controlled environment, but I think you miss a lot of the excitement and a lot of the energy. I know for sure I miss that the most, but for the players, it's kind of like mixed, where some of them prefer the stage, some of them prefer home.
For sure. So is there anyone on the team that we especially need to be keeping an eye on as someone who's just playing really well, in your opinion, right now?
I think I'd keep your eyes on like Santorum. I think he has been playing really well recently. The jungle meta, I think, really heavily favors him, especially compared to previous splits, and combined with the fact that he's playing really well, I think he's probably like our biggest player to watch. I think he's gonna have do really well and have really great performances on stage.
So lastly, with a big transition here from going from Monday Night League to Friday Night League, personally, would you rather compete on Friday night or Monday night?
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't think there's that much of a difference, at least for me. Probably just because the way that everything just blends together in like the current situation. Fridays and Mondays honestly just feel the same. But I think in general, in more normal situations, I like the Friday games better, just because it's kind of like just more natural that you like for in esports to have the Monday off day. I think for the past like 3 or 4 years, that's what it's been. So I'm just kind of used to it at this point. So I just prefer it. It just feels more comfortable.
He's the head coach of FlyQuest, and his team faces Cloud9 this Friday night, June 12th. Make sure you tune in and check it out. Curry, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.